JoySparklebS, and we have a new puppy reveal. Well, I don't know if it's misleading to say new. She's still, like, it still feels kind of like she's new, like, to us. And I think she's still new to the YouTube audience, the YouTube audience, or you guys. I have like half a burp stuck in my throat. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? So it's like I don't quite know when to breathe. I don't quite know what's gonna happen with my speech or where it's gonna come. It feels weird. It feels like it's stuck. So, what was I talking about? Oh, new puppy reveal. So I know one of the last videos I had before I deleted the old channel was that we had got a puppy. Well, I say puppy, it's not a puppy, and we loved her, and I didn't reveal her yet. She's been on a couple Younow streams, but overall, you know, to a big audience, I haven't talked about or revealed our little girl. Love her and I do love her to pieces. I absolutely love her to pieces. And I thought, you know what, I want to do a video, not just revealing her, but I want to explain like the journey that we've had with her over the last year, because it has been a journey. So for you guys who don't know, back in like early September of 2017, so last year, me and a roommate, we like wanted to get a dog. We wanted to get an animal, and we both had wanted to for a while. And like a lot of the audience has suggested, as I was, you know, going through getting better with illness, like get a dog. And I was like, you know, I knew I wasn't in a physical place to do it. And they're like, you know, but they were like, it would help with loneliness. You know, some dogs, you know, can actually be helpful with that. I forget what's that called. Like when dogs can help you with certain stuff. Like if you have certain, you know, like mental or physical issues, I forget, but people had been really supportive of that, and I had said, you know what, I'm not ready, and I wasn't, and I think we got her at the perfect timing. So I'll give you the story. I love Shih Tzus. I love Shih Tzus. So my sister, who I guess she doesn't mind being named, my sister Corey Finley, she had first gotten a Shih Tzu in like 2006 or 2007, named Cleopatra Denial Smith. And we all loved her. She was the funniest little thing. She's a puppy. And then my mom, again, who I guess doesn't mind being mentioned, Kathy King, she loved the dog so much she went and got her sister. And we all fell in love with the Shih Tzu breed. And so I'll do a story time on this at some point. I got a dog as well, you know, it was another Shih Tzu. And that is now in the care of my sister, which again, like I said, we will have a story time. Oh, a story time is coming. So I love Shih Tzus. And for a lot of different circumstances, some health related, some bitch related. My former dog, Candace Marie Kelly Smith, or Candy for short, Candy Cane at Christmas and Halloween. She's with my sister, and she does well and is fairly happy. So I love the breed, and roommate wanted to get like a really big, like monster wolf dog, right? Like a husky, and I love them. They're beautiful, but number one, we have a small apartment. Number two, we live in Oklahoma, and it gets really, really hot, and they typically do well in colder weather. And they shed, and I have horrible allergies, so I've been like, please, 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 can you get a Shih Tzu? So finally he was like, all right, just find something. So we wanted to do a rescue, because I kind of felt like, you know, I know what it feels like to, in my family, hi, to be the throwaway that nobody gives a shit about or cares if they're alive, and to be damaged and broken. You know, I think a lot of us, we know what that feels like. A lot of people know what that feels like. You know, especially people who watch my channel, a lot of us have similar issues of you know, being unwanted and feeling broken and illness and stuff and being cast away. And so I said, well, I want to give an opportunity to something that's had that experience. And I knew I wanted a little girl. Love little girl dogs. So I was looking, and I remember I had been looking a couple months before we like finally decided we're doing this. And I kept seeing this little dog, and she just looked like she was a mess, and she looked cranky. And I think they called her, what was her name back then? They had a different name listed for her. I forget what it was. What was the name? It'll probably come back to me. I'll circle around and it'll come back. And I saw her, I would see her listed and then gone, listed and gone. Well, the first one, like when we finally decided, okay, let's do it, we found a dog called Mitzi. Black Shih Tzu, so cute. Put in the, and I remember talking to a roommate, and I said, let's put in the application, because like I know how stuff goes when it comes to like most things in life. The quicker you are doing it, the better chance you have at getting what you want. That happens that's anywhere from jobs to, you know, just whatever. And a lot of times with this adoption stuff, when you're, you know, adopting a dog, it's first come, first served basis. I'm sorry, I have a lot of brain fog today. You're gonna deal with that. And I'm not sure if I explained this, we wanted a rescue dog. That was our big thing. We wanted a rescue. We wanted something that needs another chance. And my thought process was something older would be perfect. because they're something that's already preset, like with potty training, you know, all that, because I knew health-wise I wouldn't have the energy, and, you know, I'd be spending the majority of the time with the dog while roommates at work. So I just wanted something that just wanted to sit next to me and chill and hang out, right? Just something that's not a lot of work. So we put in our application for this black dog, Macie, but it was a couple days after I saw her, because roommates finally like, okay, do it. But we pulled the trigger too late and somebody else took her. And then this little dog that I kept seeing popped up again. This little fawn white dog just looked like she'd been through hell, looked cranky. And I said, hey, there's this one available. And then we got it, and I think we had sent an inquiry and we were told she'd already been adopted, and they emailed us. So, you know, roommates like, do it. Well, I checked my email to go email, and they emailed us and said, hey, she's available again. Do you want her? Yes. I'm trying to remember, was it Isabel? I can't remember what her name was before, but I kept instinctively calling her Macie, and I didn't even know why. I was calling her Macie, 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 Macie. So we were so excited, and you know, they ask us, they go through a process where they ask you a bunch of questions, like, do you live in an apartment? Do you have a yard? Do you have kids? Like all these different things. And we qualified for her. So they said, okay, what we can do is we can try like a week or two trial. You can have her, and if you like her, then she's yours. And that's what happened. I remember I was so excited. We drove up. It was a ways to drive. And I remember when we saw her, the foster mom, wonderful people, wonderful. They, we talked to them for a while, just about, you know, the Macie and some other stuff. And they had told us that when they first got her, like Macie had been kind of tossed around for a while. So here's the problem. The problem is once you, and we didn't know this at the time, once you adopt the dog, like they throw all the information away. They don't keep that information. And we were asking the foster mom for information, and we got some, but we wanted more, and by the time we ended up asking for it later, there was no information. But it looked like the dog came from abuse and neglect. Total abuse and neglect. Like, first of all, the foster mom said she'd been through 2 or 3 other families and they brought her back. And which was a little bit concerning, but it's like, okay, well, let's see what we can work with. And the foster mom, they basically, like, they have like, I think they have 7 dogs, and they continually bring fosters in. And they explained that the shelter that Macie was in is really bad for little dogs because it's full of big dogs and it's all metallic, and the big dogs slam up against metal crates and it terrifies little dogs, especially the older ones. Like, they have heart attacks and shit. So they try to get the little dogs out of there, at least in a foster home, as quickly as they can because of that. Which, it's funny, that makes a lot of sense about some of Macie's behaviors now. But we had very little information on what happened to her. What we did know is there was abuse and neglect. When we first saw her, she was skin and bones. And she was like really slinking to the ground. She would slink around. And she just looked very uncomfortable. I don't know if I would say, like, there was a little bit of skittishness, not like crazy skittishness, just more like she was kind of disassociated and trust a lot of people. But she was nice. So she let me pick her up, and then, you know, roommate got the money, filled out everything, we talked to him, we left. We also found out there was something wrong with her face. I think what happened was, from whatever severe neglect, she had like a huge welt on her face that was infected. Poor little thing. And then I saw videos later on a website that she had something wrong with her. But they patched her up and they let us know there's a spot here, it's still healing. And the other thing is she has cataracts. They said she's not blind, but she can get spooked. And I'm like, okay. Now here's what the foster mom told us about this dog. The foster mom said that this dog, she's not a playful dog. She's not an outside dog. She's not an active dog. She said that this dog barely eats. That they didn't know she was gonna live or die because she just doesn't eat. Like, she'll eat like a tablespoon of food a day. And this is a dog that the way they explained it is they said she kind of grumbles a lot, but we don't know we think that's her way of just trying to communicate at this point. And they said, and the problem is, even though we're trying to help, like the woman said she had to carry her to and from her crate all the time. Macie didn't want to come out. Macie didn't really want to interact. Like, Macie just didn't want to do anything and was overwhelmed by all the other dogs in the foster place. So, you know, them knowing that I stay at home and the situation, they thought this was going to be perfect. So, just so you guys know, just to know the information. And we got her, she sat on my lap all the way home. And it was funny because we turned on different music and she would like do this with her head and we'd laugh. When she got in the house, she sniffed the house from top to bottom. Sniffed for 2 hours. And then she went in our spare bedroom, and like, I was really meticulous about having everything perfectly clean. I wanted her to come into a really nice, clean environment, and, you know, we just didn't know if she was destructive. We were told she wasn't, but you never know till you like, you know, get a dog. I feel like I'm off center, okay? You never really know until you like get a dog and really deal with them, what you're dealing with. Well, I forgot that I had a blanket that was out. Like the one thing I left out was this like old blanket in the spare bedroom, and she curled up right on it. And she stayed in the bedroom almost all day. And I remember talking to roommate and I'm like, what do we do? Is something wrong with her? And he's like, nope, just give her time. Because I'd never dealt with a rescue dog, and he hadn't either. But roommate's really good with damaged people. He is. I've been a damaged person. He's really gentle and really patient. And so he said, you know, what he said is he's like, we gotta go slow. So now we didn't know how Macie was, but roommate, you know, we had food out for her, didn't want to eat all day. She just slept in that other bedroom, didn't want to interact. And we had a dog, we bought a dog bed for her, and a couple times she went to the bedroom and she, you know, laid in the dog bed we had. And it was so funny because I remember she transitioned from being mostly in the spare bedroom to the bedroom. Roommate went and got a chicken dinner from like Slim Chickens, which I don't prefer them, but he does. And all of a sudden, she bolts out the door. And I'm gonna play video of this because it's so fucking cute. And then she starts begging for food. Now remember, she's the rescue. We didn't know anything about her. Again, like I said, she comes preset, you know, with her own little things. We don't know if somebody taught her this. We don't know why she does this, but it was the cutest thing and it melted our hearts. Take a look. And to this day, she still does it. But now it gets really dramatic because she'll take both paws and she'll just reach for you. And she's never mean when she kind of bats at you. Sometimes she'll get a little more aggressive and then Rumi has to like remind her to calm down. But she will reach with both paws, just like when Jack was going down the water on the Titanic. Just reach, I'll never let you go. It's so dramatic. And she'll get so excited she shakes. It's really cute. And that's kind of how Rumi and Macie first started bonding. The first week, she very much kept to herself. Very much kept to herself, just so you guys know. And I was kind of worried because I'm like, oh, I thought I was gonna have a little friend. And Rumi kept saying, remember, we don't know what else she's been through. Also, I think I forgot to add this, she's 10 years old. She is 10 years old, so she's an older girl too. And he had to remind me, and I'm like, I've had 10-year-old dogs, you know, that don't act like this though. And you know, and they were little dogs. Little dogs will be really energetic for many years, and they can go, you know, what, 14, 15, 20 years if you maintain them right. But you know, Rumi said, okay, just be patient. And then, like, I remember it was like, I think day 3, she came out, I had some food, she wanted some food, and I was trying to give it to her, and she ended up, like, I ended up petting her, and she bit me. And it wasn't hard, but it was enough where I was startled. And I was like, what's going on with her? So I told roommate's like, it's okay, it's not a big deal, you know, this will pass, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. It took a week for her to get excited for roommate to come home, and at first, like, every day he got chicken because he's like, this is our bonding thing. And so at first it was the chicken, but then it started to be like, she demanded, even if he had chicken, she started demanding that he love on her for like an hour a day. It was so cute. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. So for about an hour a day, every time they come home, they get on the couch and he just loves on her, or he gets on the bed. Another thing to know, she didn't want to sleep in the bed, which I thought was weird. She didn't want to. She doesn't want to be like in confined, closed spaces. So for the first couple months, she would sleep in a dog bed in our room, but then she'd wander and kind of go back and forth. So they started bonding. And I took her on lots and lots of walks, you know, even long walks. And it was funny because she very quickly showed us she loved being outside. And I was like, what are they talking about? She loves being outside. That she could be outside all day, every day. And we're working to try to get her a backyard. Because she loves walking around and hanging out, but at the same time, she would love to just sit there and do nothing. I mean, we're an apartment complex, which is kind of hard to do. But to continue the story, it was a really slow process over the year of bonding. She took to roommate a lot more than she did me. And what we learned though was that the former owners, who they wouldn't give us any real info, the ones that they think abused and neglected, was a woman. And so we think that's part of it. She clicks with men a lot quicker. And also, I didn't know this, but I learned that that dogs of the opposite sex of their owners click more. So like if I had a little boy dog, it'd probably click more with me, and I've never had boy dogs. So that was something that I wasn't aware of, but it makes sense because my whole family typically has little girl dogs, and watching them with men, that makes more sense to me now. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, you know, she wasn't a real cuddly dog. She doesn't give kisses. And I didn't, you know, it took a while for all of us to kind of figure out the dynamic of kind of how this is going. And a year later, she's fucking great. Like I said, and funny enough, she does like to play. Now, she's old, so she doesn't play often, but a few times a week, we get on the floor and we play with her when she wants it. You know, she has little tells and stuff now. Like, she'll go, ah, and she'll run around. She doesn't run around a whole lot, because she's old, but she's fucking great. Oh, something else I wanted to note. She had also a couple times bit Dominic. One time she bit him on the nose, and it's, again, she's got like 5 teeth. It wasn't hard, but he had to say no, and she felt really remorseful the next day. That was towards the beginning. Hasn't bitten anybody since, but we figured out why. So I have, you know, my great detective skills. So everybody knows who's watching me. I have chronic illness issues I'm dealing with, and people made fun of me for this because I said the wrong word, because I have flare-ups, and sometimes I say the wrong thing because my memory's shitty. But I noticed something wasn't right with her. I noticed it twice. The first time I looked at her and I kept seeing her scratch her ears, and I was like, something's not right. And so I told, you know, Rumi, I said, I think something's wrong with her ears. No, you're being paranoid. Take her up, she's got a double ear infection. I was right. And who knows how long she'd had it and it wasn't caught. And with Shih Tzus, little dogs like Shih Tzus, they're really prone to ear issues and ear infections, so you have to be really careful with that. So I was like, okay, good, we got that fixed. But I could tell the way she ate, it was like she swallowed it whole. And you couldn't, like, and it got to the point she would let me, like, if you pet her in certain areas, she would start grumbling and growling and get really defensive. And I'm like, especially around her face. And I'm like, what's going on? You know, well, and that little spot had healed, and I just knew something wasn't right. And I looked at Dom and I said, she's in pain. Because here's the other thing about her. We call her Grumble Butt. She used to grumble all the time. All the time. It was almost even like a cat purr. And we thought she was just old and cranky, and I said, and finally after a while of watching her and observing her, I said, she's in pain. I know pain. I go through pain. Something's not right. And so we took her to the vet, and I told them, and they said, okay, we're gonna do all this stuff. We're gonna test all these things. We spent a bunch of money, and they said everything's negative. They said, one thing we can do though, let's clean her mouth. Let's do a dental cleaning. We're having a special on it. You know, I said, okay. Turns out she had a tumor in her mouth. Poor little thing. That's why she was swallowing everything whole. She had a tumor in her mouth. We felt horrible, and Rumi apologized to them down. He's like, okay, anytime you have a hunch something's wrong, take her up there. Because I was right twice, and he mocked me each time. So we had to do surgery. It was really expensive. She went under, but since then, she's been a much different dog. Now, she still grumbles, but it's not constantly. She doesn't act like she's pissed all the time. Where before it was like she was pissy all the time. And what we think happened is that poor little thing has been in pain, and nobody knew how to deal with it, because unless, like I said, unless you've been through chronic pain or have family members or know people, you know, chronic illness, you can't understand it. I didn't fucking understand it. Neither did roommate, you know, until he was around me. And I just noticed it. And so we got her on, first of all, there's arthritis, and she has bad joint issues. Like, she licks her legs a lot. Both front to back, and we think that's joint issues. So we got her on a bunch of supplements as well as gabapentin, and then the surgery, and she's a very different dog. Now, she's very strong-willed. She tells us what she likes and what she doesn't like. But, you know, now if we pet her in the wrong place, she'll just kind of snarl a little bit, like, and tell us, kind of like, or she'll go, just to tell us. But she's a lot better. She sleeps a lot. She sleeps a lot. Oh my God. Like, we actually talked to the vet about this, and they're like, older dogs can sleep up to 20 hours a day. We're like, okay, that makes sense, because she just sleeps all the time. Her active hours are when roommate comes home, and then it's like her world is complete, and that's her boyfriend. That is her fucking boyfriend. And now she loves sleeping in the bed with us. We did realize though she gets hot, so she only wants to, she'll only do it, like sometimes she'll stay all night, but she also likes to wander and go back and forth and get a little bite to eat and stuff and patrol the house. So she starts out, and it's so cute. They have a bedtime routine where roommate goes, Macie, wanna go to bed? Wanna go to bed? And she's all excited, and they go in there, and then they snuggle together for at least a couple hours. It's very, very cute. Something I'm going to tell you guys is, I remember when we got her, they said you can rename her, and I thought, well, that's weird. She has a name. I want to call her by her fucking name. That's her name. She didn't respond to it. Funny enough, and I can't remember what it was. It was something maybe like Isabel or something. But the funny thing is, she did respond to Macie. She responded every time to Macie, and we just thought that was funny. I'm like, so we named her Macie, and I kept calling her Macie, and I was like, why am I calling her Macie? But she'd respond. So she's great. She's absolutely great. She loves her daddy. She loves her daddy. That is her whole world. And thank you. If you've stuck this far along, thank you. I'm going to put some pictures and video. Some pictures and video are coming up at the end of this video most of them are gonna be of her and roommate sleeping together. Like, they snuggle and take naps all the time. It's the cutest thing, and every time I'm like, oh, they're cute. So I have to take a picture, take a video. I'll say this too, she's a singer, so if I go, ow, she immediately does it back. Loves to sing, so we sing a lot. She loves to be outside. We've tried taking her on nature walks, but the walking part is hard, not because she can't, but she just wants to smell everything, and we think it's because of her eyesight. Like, she can get spooked eyesight-wise, so we have to be really careful with her. But like I've said, we've learned a really healthy dynamic on how to be around each other, and like I said, when we first got her, she was real skittish and kind of slinky. Not anymore. No fucking fear. Like, I think she has total trust. We're not gonna hurt her at all. At all. In fact, funny little Macie story, the other day was the first time we ever had to yell at her. It wasn't even her fault. Poor thing. So roommate and Macie were eating chicken together, and he spilled buffalo sauce on her. Like, he spilt it and it got on her. And we were trying to clean up, and she started to lick herself, and her stomach is, like, Shih Tzus in general, they have very sensitive stomachs, but especially her stomach. And we're like, no, Macie, no! And she looked at us like, oh, she looked at us terrified. She was absolutely terrified. And then, you know, finally I was like, we gotta get her in the bath. And so then immediately we got her in the bath, and she started shaking. And so poor little thing, it took her all day to recover because they think she thought she was in trouble. And it was like, you're not in trouble, we just don't want you licking that stuff because you'll get sick. So roomie, like, got her the bath, and she half hid under the bed, like, what did I do? And we felt really bad, and we were trying to love on her, and it's okay, you didn't do anything wrong. So then roomie put her in bed and snuggled her for a couple hours, and then got more chicken for her, and she felt better. But yeah. That's the story of rescue dogs. And I want to put this out there because a lot of people, again, wouldn't think about this. Macie went through, as far as we were aware, about 3 different homes before she got to us, like once they came and got her. Funny enough, you know, like those dividers on the sidewalk where they're trying to bridge a sidewalk and it's like this metal metallic sheet and you walk on it, it does this boom, boom noise. Macie can't walk on them, avoids them, terrified. And then we realized later when we tried to get more information, we think it was because she was at that place, she was at that shelter where they had the metal slabs and the dogs, and it was really loud, so she avoids that. She also hates beeps. Like I said, if I ever have to beep something out, you're gonna hear more like a raspberry, like a number 1, to me it's funnier, and number 2, she will run. We had just changed the ringers on our phone and stuff because she doesn't do beeps at all. And even, like, you know, when you take a picture and it goes chirr, we've had to take that off because she doesn't like that either. Over time, she's gotten better with it. She gets better and better every day and over time, and I think she's pretty happy. I mean, she gets, like, all the chicken she wants, and that's her favorite. Chicken is her favorite. We give her wet food every day to keep her hydrated, and dry food. She gets to go out as much as she wants. She gets to go out and walks and explore, and she loves that, and hopefully soon, she's gonna have a backyard, and she is just gonna be that, like, we'll never have her in. She will never come inside, and I'm really, really excited for that. So, and when we get her a backyard, I want to make sure we have a dog door so she can come in and out as she pleases. We're so happy with her. Now, and by the way, she's gotten a lot more snuggly and cuddly. She still has limitations, and I think it's because of her pain issues. Like, if we try to hold her like a baby, she'll start coughing and wheezing, and I think it's because it fucks with her lungs, as well as we have to be careful where we pet her because she has chronic pain issues, so you can't pet her feet or her legs because it bothers her. But now, since we got the tumor removed from her face, every morning when she wakes up, well, her morning starts at like 4 p.m. She's so fucking funny. She comes into me and I say, good morning. Are we having a good morning day? And I rub her little face and she just melts. She loves her face to be rubbed, and I rub her head and rub her back. You know, we rub her little hips. She loves when we rub her hips. I think that feels good for her. Rub her tummy. So she's a lot more loving. Because of pain issues, she's not going to sit on your lap, but she'll sit next to you. She likes to plop. She plops on roommate. It's really, really cute. She doesn't like to be up on high spaces because I think it's the eyesight. She can't see, so jumping down is kind of a pain. But she's wonderful. She's absolutely wonderful, and we love her. And by the way, the pictures, if you see in the pictures oh my God, come on, brain, a Care Bear blanket. I want to say shout out to my girl, Erin Brownage. What's up, girl? I don't think she even knows I'm back online. I have to send her a message back on YouTube. But Erin Brownage was somebody I genuinely became really good friends with, and she's one of my ride or die people. And she sent the sweetest little birthday package, and she had this Care Bear blanket, but it's Macie's blanket because it's really soft. Macie loves soft blankets, so we have piles of soft blankets around the house and little spots she likes to sleep in. Yeah, she's just great. So a couple things to keep in mind if you get a rescue. This is not going to be like, for many rescues, this isn't going to be a puppy that's going to immediately love you. That's what I had thought, and that's what I had to kind of understand about getting Macie and having a rescue. Many of these dogs are very damaged and very broken. They don't trust. They've been through stuff, and it can take them a while to really warm up. Like Macie still won't give kisses. That's just her thing, and that's okay. That's okay. She doesn't have many teeth. She's lost a lot of teeth, so we think that might be part of it. That's another thing. Oh my God, if you see the pictures, she doesn't have a lot of teeth, so her tongue comes out like this. It's really cute. It is so cute. I love this. I don't think y'all understand how much I love this dog. I love this dog to pieces and back. She is just wonderful. She is a little light of my life. And same thing with Roommate. Like, Roommate can be in the worst mood and you bring up her name and his whole face lights up and his whole attitude changes. Like, that's his little girl and that's her daddy. And it's the cutest thing you have ever seen. These two are so cute. We also have a dress for her. I told Roomy we need to get a couple coats for her because she gets cold and she shakes in the winter. So I'm gonna find a couple of really, really cute, posh little pink and white coats. Or maybe gray since she has white fur, but I want her to look and feel good. And we just love her to pieces. We really, really do. You know, like I said, they're gonna warm up in their own time. Some might get attached really quickly. Some might take a while. It took us a good several months. And I feel like it's really been this last month or two that it's just been, she's totally comfortable with both of us. You know, she loves both of us. We love her to pieces and back. Sometimes I get paranoid and I wonder if she's happy, and Roommate has to be like, yes, she's happy. Look at her, she's happy, she's good, she's good. I will say this, because of her cataracts, poor little thing, and you know, that could be prevented. It just was neglect. She has a hard time seeing, so when she likes to play, she has to feel for the toy. It's so sad. So we throw up the toy kind of near her, and it comes down, and she can kind of sense the movement and see the movement, and then she's able to feel around for it. So that's how we play. Second thing is that if you get a dog of the opposite sex, it might, you know, if you get a dog, whatever opposite sex is around, it might bond to more. That's normal. That was something I didn't understand. I thought she hated me. That's something very normal. Another thing is, if you have a dog that's consistently cranky and grumbly and growly and may even be prone to bite, and although dogs, you know, we don't want dogs to bite, in Macie's case, it didn't draw blood. It wasn't bad. She was trying to tell us, I'm in pain. Don't do that. I'm in pain. Keep in mind, if you have a dog that seems very disagreeable, it could just be that they're having pain issues, especially when they're older. So go to your vet, talk to them about pain management, and do what you can to test to see what's going on. And as weird as it sounds, I would have never thought they would have found something in her mouth, but they did. They found a tumor. Poor little thing. Poor little thing had a hard time with her mouth. She was in pain. Oh my God, like you can't imagine. So you know, if you have a dog that is like that, grumbly, disagreeable, and maybe even prone to biting, take them to the vet and ask about pain. And it might not be pain. I'm not saying it is all the time, but I think it's something that we don't always think about. You know what I mean? Because a dog, they can't communicate the same way we do. So they're gonna communicate with snarls and grumbles and growls and barking and sometimes, unfortunately, even biting. Since then, she's been fine, hadn't bitten us. Everybody's good. And I mean, like, she just inherently trusts us with her little life, and we trust her. She used to not want her face touched as well because the cataracts in her eyes, doesn't want anywhere near her eyes touched. And now I can massage all around her eyes and she loves it. And I think a lot of that is just trust issues. So yeah, be prepared. It can take several months for a rescue to warm up, and that's okay. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. She's wonderful. We would at some point like to get another animal, but you know, we don't know how she would work with it. And I think what's happened with her is that she's been with people who didn't understand her, they thought they were getting a cuddly puppy and they weren't, and the dynamic didn't work because they didn't understand her pain issues and would send her back like, oh, it's just a grumpy throwaway, and we knew there's something more going on. So keep that in mind. Like I said, just keep it in mind if you have a situation like that. So yeah, I'm sorry, I know this video's been long, and now we're gonna do some Macie reveals, and you're gonna see how cute she is. And I don't know if she'll be featured on too many videos because, like, she doesn't really like to be picked up. No, we can pick her up. In fact, let me backtrack. She loves when Roommate picks her up. Roommate is the only person that can pick her up where she's not going to be upset. Anybody else who picks her up, like, if I pick her up, she's not going to be too upset. She's like not going to fight me, but you know, I'm probably not going to feature her on too many videos, just because she's, you know, she's just older and she's just more chill, and I don't know if there's really even a reason to, I guess. But yeah, that's the story of Miss Macie May, or we call her Miss May. We love her to pieces. And I encourage everybody, especially if you are chronically ill and you are in the position to, not everybody is, to try to get a dog. They're great little companionship, even little grumbly ones, little grumble butt. We love her. just part of her personality, and she doesn't grumble that much anymore. She really doesn't. She video cut out, I don't know why, sorry. But with all that being said, let's do the Macie reveal. We have tons of photos, we have some videos, and you can see everything about her and see her little world. So let me introduce you to Macie May. Take a look. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this commentary as super short as possible because this video is already super long. But this is Miss Macie May. Okay, so this is when we first got her. I just wanted to show this little face reveal and I'll give you a little bit of info. This was the name I couldn't remember. She was named Sophia when we first got her. So I remember we drove up to the to the place where she was at. It was like a shelter. And we met the woman who'd been fostering her, incredibly nice person, and she just she was really thin. Like she had a lot of fur, but she was really thin. And the woman said that they thought she was gonna die when they got her because she just didn't want, she stopped eating. She'd only eat like a tablespoon of food, just like a little thimbleful. And they were so happy because she had been, I think I told the story, but I'll just keep going a little bit, but she had been rejected by 2 or 3 other places, and they thought our situation was perfect with me being at home, and you know, just the fact that it's just she can just have somewhere to chill. And the little zebra blanket, that's what they gave us. We noticed right away she had issues keeping warm, which you'll see later. So she got in the house when we got her. She came in, she sniffed everything, just sniffed everywhere, every inch of the house. She sniffed the house for like 2 hours, and then she went in her spare bedroom and took a nap. And the funny thing is, we cleaned up the top to bottom of the whole house, and there was a blanket from roommate's truck, this really soft blanket that we forgot to put up, and she made that her blanket. So she stayed in the spare bedroom quite a lot, which was kind of concerning because at first, because we've never experienced like a rescue dog or a dog who's had issues, you know, or like, you know, maybe been mistreated and stuff or neglected. So we just tried to give her space, right? But then she started to come out of her little shell and she started to walk around. And it was really cute. And you can tell, like, she was, in the very beginning, like, if you see her body language, she would just kind of slink around. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, we call her Slinky Dog, because she just, like, would be low to the floor all the time, like, and she was really skittish. So we didn't know if that was because somebody mistreated her, or, like, what that situation was, but it was, like, really, like, it was really sad. And she pretty much stayed to herself the first day, except when she got cold. And then I wrapped her up, like I said, when we first got her. She sniffed everything, she got cold, I wrapped her up, and then she wanted to go in the spare bedroom, which is like, okay. So anyway, and she stayed there most of the day. And then I was like, what do? We didn't really know what to do with her, right? At first we're just like, I don't know. These photos you see here, she had just come out of the bedroom and was kind of looking around because Dominic had this great idea. He's like, I'm gonna go get some food. I don't know what she likes. Maybe, you know, Dominic loves chicken. He's like, I'm gonna go get some chicken. And so these photos are when she came out of the room and she was like, chicken? And that's when we found out chicken is her favorite food. And that's when she started bonding with Dominic and I was taking pictures. On top of that, she started doing this. We still don't know what this is. That's the thing about getting a rescue dog. They come preset. She started like getting on her hind legs and begging for food and looking like a bunny. It was the cutest thing either of us had ever effing seen. I swear to God, it was so cute. And hold on, look at how cute she is. Oh my God, I love her so much. Oh, and real quick about the name. We tried calling her Sophia and she didn't want to come, and I just instinctively kept calling her Macie and she'd respond to it. So that's why we changed her name, because the woman even said, she's like, you can give her a different name. And I thought, no, you know, I want to call her by her name, but she would not respond to Sophia, so Macie it was. And now it's Macie May Pupper is her full name. so yeah, and she just kept begging. And I have some really fun videos of her doing it. Like, check this out. Okay, so the video you're seeing, every time I would try to film her doing it, she wouldn't do it. And I was like, ah! But we finally caught her. She does this thing, like, where she starts reaching, like, for her lover, like Jack and Rose in the Titanic. Like, I'll never let you go, Jack, when she's wanting the chicken. And sometimes it'll be one arm and sometimes both, and she'll just reach for it, and she'll stay up on her hind legs. Like, I don't know, in my opinion, that's pretty fucking talented. And then we took this little video. This is a fun thing. So, okay, when we got her, the person we got her from said she is not going to be an outside dog. Don't expect her to be really active. Don't expect her to want to go outside. And holy shit, couldn't have been further from the truth. What we think happened is the foster person fostered other dogs, and we've learned she doesn't really do well with other dogs, so I think she was shut down. But yeah, since she's gotten with us, we cannot get her inside. Like, she loves outside. So that was like, you know, one of the first videos where I was just like, I was telling a roommate while he was at work, I'm like, she's not gonna go inside. She does not want to go inside. She wants to stay outside all day.
Macie, it's time to go inside. Macie. Macie. It's time to go in, Macie. Doesn't give a shit. Look how fucking far we are out here. She just wants to stay outside and sniff. She will go where she damn well pleases. Oh, are we gonna poo?
This picture, I call it that dog. Look at her ears. You're gonna see a lot of pictures like this one. There's a lot of sleeping pictures. Macie's 3 favorite activities are food, outside, and sleep. No joke. And so she does lots and lots of napping, and she gets cold, and she loves soft blankets. So we have lots of soft blankets all over the house. We have like 3 on the couch. If you ever see this, like blankets on the couch, that's what it is. And then we have 2 little dog beds that are real plush and soft. And then we leave little piles of blankets for her to sleep on. She loves it. So like, there she is taking a nap. Aw. And then this was first time I was alone with her. Like the first week we had her, we fed her chicken. When we figured out that's what she liked. Can you see how thin she is? Like from the video, look how thin she is. She was literally like just skin and bone when we got her. It was scary. Like, it was just like, oh my God. So we didn't mind like the first week or 2. Like we fed her a lot of chicken and stuff. And it was really cute because that's what ended up making her come out of her shell with roommate. That was their bonding experience. Like every night they would eat chicken together, just like you saw in his computer. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Okay, Dad, we're sending you this video. We're sending you this video because ever since we got the chicken, she is doing this. She is on it. She is eyeballing that bag. We are sniffing that bag. She knows that there's a chicken breast in there for her. That is her fucking chicken breast. And she's well, she finally calmed down now. She's been standing up and sniffing. Oh, she's been going nuts with that bag. So I just thought you should know.
God, she is the cutest little dog. And even though like she's begging and stuff, she's very, very patient. Like seriously, she's a very, very good girl. And I don't think we could love her anymore. So, okay. Let's see, on to the next one. So there we are. That's in her dog bed in one of her soft blankets. That's one of her favorite places when she's not like if she's just feeling unsafe, she goes and hides under roommate's desk. She likes to hide there. Or like when he goes on vacation, which I have a picture of, she goes and sleeps there. Oh, this. So this one, the next one you're gonna see is, this is when we first learned she could sing. So some of what you're seeing is I would take videos by roommates at work and send to him, like it's his fucking kid. And so this is one where she is singing. So we sang together. So plug your ears.
Macie, ready?
Also, there's lots and lots of pictures of roommate and pupper sleeping. That's their favorite activity, is nap time, so heads up. This next video, check this out. So this is something else cute she did. So as she got used to us over like the first week, when Dominic would come home, he would have chicken and she would lose her fucking mind. But at the same time, that's when they started to really bond. So like within that first week, she would demand like a half hour of just snuggle time with him. That is her boyfriend. Like she fell in love with him. And so check this out. Anytime he'd even try to get on his phone, she'd be like really gently, but she'd be like, no. And she'd bat his hand away. And it was really, really cute. And we were giggling about it. Oh, and this, okay, I think you saw this earlier, but this was the first time we got her a dress when we went to PetSmart for the first time. I picked out a pretty pink princess dress. It's got a silver princess crown on it. You can't see in a bow. And then we got a little harness, and she was all dressed up and ready to go out. And it was the cutest thing. Somewhere I have pictures of roommate getting her ready, which is just, again, cute. Here's more sleeping pictures. She loves to sleep in a ball. That's more snuggle time with Dad. They nap time. That's one of their favorite things. They love to nap together. They sleep together all the time like that. There's a sweet one. There she is napping with her daddy. Oh, it's so cute. I love this dog. This is the picture when he was gone for a few days on vacation. That's where she stayed. She slept, like she stayed under his computer desk waiting for him. So cute. This one I just took because I thought she looked really cute, and I was like, you look cute. Here's another one with her dress. She's chilling. She's a very chill dog except for the grumbly stuff. She's just like, she's kind of more of like a cat dog. You know, you have to like, except for roommate who she's in love with, you have to really work for her affection. But yeah, she's chill dog. There's the tongue. If you guys aren't seeing it, I think I said this earlier, she's lost teeth. And she's old and she's been through stuff, so she's only got like 5 or 6 teeth. So her tongue, when she, tongue hangs out when she's relaxed, and when she's asleep, there's a lot of tongue. So it's cute because she looks like she's like mocking you, like she's giving a raspberry. I love those little tongue pictures, they're so cute. And then here's one, this is after one of her first haircuts. She fell asleep on me. Look how soft you see how soft and shiny she is? There's another one where she's sleeping next to roommate. Oh, it's cute because she's got her little paws crossed. I love these photos. I just love these. Here's one, cute one. There's a perfect example of them taking a nap. Perfect example of both of them. Here the pictures are where he's taking her outside for the first time in the dress. So Dad had to like get her all ready. So cute. For some reason, these pictures are out of order. And I worked really hard to get them in order and something happened. So I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I swear to God, these two make the absolute cutest couple. Here was one, okay, let me give you some backstory. I came in at night, because like I typically stay up and I'll like do stuff, like I now make videos, or I, was doing different things, and I would come in later and I saw her literally sleeping like this, like half off her bed. So I took several pictures because it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, and her tongue was way out and it made me laugh. There's another one in her pink little soft bed. And there she is, she's a good girl. Oh, we were having her sing. We're taking pictures of her singing. Her little howling, we call it singing. We sing together. Here's one, okay, backstory. She looked so cute. Her tongue was out so much, but her tongue was crinkled up. I tried to get a picture of her and I woke her up. I didn't mean to wake her up, but that's why she looks all crazy. Look how cute she is. Look at that. Oh, look at you, little baby. I love this dog so much. Oh, she's so cute. Look at that, look at that. And she's so good. She doesn't tear anything up. She doesn't get anywhere she's not supposed to. Like, she's a really easygoing, great little dog. This is a video, okay, I'll preface this really quickly. This video you're gonna see, this is one where I was demonstrating to roommate how dainty his dog is. I think it was one of the first times it started raining when we got her, and she refuses to go in the rain if she can help it. She's a priss, and it makes me laugh.
Your dog is so smart, she has found a way to not get wet on either the grass or the little sidewalk. She stays right there where it's nice and dry. Hey, Macie! You say hi to your daddy? Tell him smart girl. Oh, you ruined it. Come on. Come on. And she's going to come right back. Oh my God. I love this dog.
And then there's more sleeping pictures. They snuggle together all night, which is really cute. And he holds her like a baby, and he is the only one that can hold her like a baby like that. Like, she just loves him and trusts him with her whole little life. A lot of times when we're going on, we go on a few walks a day, she has to go outside, and a lot of times she just wants to sit and chill. So when she does that, I'll find a bench, and then she just sits in the sun and looks around, and she just loves it. She loves it. So this is when we desperately needed to get her a haircut. It was like a couple days before a haircut, but she's fluffy. She's cute with short hair, and she's cute with all that fluff. I just had to take a picture of all that unkempt fluff because I thought it was really cute. And let's see, there's more napping-ish pictures. They're relaxing. This is one of those I call Spot the Pupper pictures. This is where I'm working on stuff in the bedroom and she's cold, so I put a mountain of blankets on her. So Spot the Pupper. this picture we like to lovingly call Pupper Teresa for obvious reason. When she gets cold, we wrap her up really, really tightly. Well, not like really tight, but like we try to wrap her up and we put a couple blankets on her because she gets a case of the shivers, and I understand because I'm somebody who's cold by nature a lot of times. And then here's more Seepin pictures. Gosh, she's so cute. Cute. Oh, and this one, she, when roommate's away, a lot of times if there's like a piece of his clothing on the ground, she'll sleep on it. Here's more of her chilling in the sun. Look at that tongue. Oh, she's so tired. Oh, I love it. I love it. Here she's ready to go out. It's outside time. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? And she's all excited. So it's outside time. And here, another one, she's just buried. You're gonna Pupper Teresa, here we go. I love it. And here she's chilling in the sunshine. She's a happy girl. She's a happy girl. With Shih Tzus, when it's hot, you can't have them out too long. But then it's also Macie, who would love to have a heart attack outside if she could. So there's a balance between like letting her stay in the sun, and she loves it and she gets warm. I think also in the apartment, it's a little bit cooler. It's stuff to do with my health, which I hate because I hate cold weather. I hate it being cooler. I'm one of those people, I could go all summer and I could just have the AC off and fans on. But so I think for her joints, it feels good outside because it's a little bit warmer. So she just eats it up. Look at those big eyes. Those are big, pretty eyes. And there's some more where he's holding it. That's his little baby. That's his little girly. So stinking cute. Ah, I just love her so much. She really, really is. This one, she's swimming in the blankets. Sometimes she likes to get into the blankets and go swimming, because why not? She is 100% under the covers. Looks like a monster coming out, doesn't it? I'm not sure if she needs help yet or not. Oh, there's the wiggle. And she gave up. Is she going to sleep? I think she's going to sleep. I think that's your dog going to sleep. There's some more. Like, poor roommate and Macie. I've taken so many pictures of them sleeping. Well, roommate knows I do, but she has no idea. Okay, this is cute. Do you see this face? Look at this face. Look at this face. There's a story about, well, it's not really a story, but like, small explanation to what that is the last time we got her hair cut, well, we do this every time. We have to drug her a little bit because she bites. Like I said, the thing is though, it's like she'll bite you once because she's pissed. She can't hurt you. She barely has teeth. She's literally all bark and no bite. So in this one, she was, and I don't know if you guys can hear, hey roommate, I'm filming, you can come in, I'm almost done. They're literally just coming in for a walk. but yeah, so we had to drug her up a little bit. So this was on the way to hair appointment, and look at that. Look at that high as a kite little face. It is so cute. So there you go. This is the Macie May Pupper reveal. And I had never actually shown her, so I just wanted to show you guys who she is and introduce you to a member of our family. And that's it. So some of you, if you've been on Younow, have seen her. If you haven't, sorry, they're being loud because the puppers are coming in. Younow, I'm JoySparklebS, same on Twitter. So you guys can add me there, but I will show her sometimes there. But you guys hadn't ever gotten to see her, so I thought it's a puppy reveal time. So yeah. Also, I have another interesting puppy story coming up. Not sure when I'm going to talk about it just yet, but be prepared because there is another very interesting story I think you guys are going to like. So let me know what you guys think. Like this video if you want to. If you don't like it, you can like that or not dislike it. If you don't like it, you can like it. Comment, every comment I try to answer within the first couple hours, as you guys know, so I will interact with y'all. Subscribe and notifications if y'all like this, and tell me what you think. And I'll probably give you guys a million comments like I do. So, okay. So, yeah. So I'm really happy to be introducing Miss Macie May. I don't know how to end this. This feels awkward. So, okay. I love you guys. Take care. Blessings. And goodbye from me and Macie.